President Trump is facing an impeachment inquiry, with Democrats leading the charge. But how does impeachment work? And what has to happen to remove a president from office? This is America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Subscribe to this channel and turn the notification bell on so you can be the first to watch our new episodes every week. So I've been on vacation in Hong Kong, catching some rays and tear gas. So I had to catch up on stateside news for the last couple of weeks. Apparently, the Joker movie was a box office smash. Drew Barrymore is getting her own daytime talk show, and Ellen DeGeneres took in a ball game next to America's smartest former president.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Hey, makes sense. Ellen was the voice of Dory. Now that we've gotten the important stuff out of the way, there was one other thing that happened.
Speaker Pelosi saying no one is above the law, announcing an official impeachment inquiry will now move forward.
I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry.
That's right, folks. Democrats in the House of Representatives, led by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, have begun an impeachment inquiry into President Trump. As far as these specific allegations against the president are concerned, we'll leave those for another day. Today, we're going to focus on the act of impeachment itself. What is impeachment? How is it carried out? According to the Constitution, the President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Treason is essentially defined here as siding with a foreign adversary against the United States, while bribery is the reason parents buy children candy. And while you might think high crimes and misdemeanors sounds more like taking your 10th bong hit and hijacking your roommate's mother's Dodge Caravan, Carl, the term is actually a broad description of improper behavior that's largely in the eye of the beholder. And in this case, the U.S. Congress is the beholder. For those of you who missed out on Schoolhouse Rock, Congress is comprised of the House of Representatives, known as the lower chamber, and the Senate, known as the upper chamber. According to the Constitution, it's the House of Representatives that shall have the sole power of impeachment. It's the Senate that shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. In other words, the House of Representatives issues the impeachment, which is like an indictment, the formal charge of the crime. The Senate then votes whether to convict the president and remove him from office. And you may or may not ever get your mom's Dodge Caravan back. Carl. Our founding fathers authored the Impeachment Clause to cover a broad range of bad behavior on the part of the president and other officials. It even covers circumstances in which no criminal law has actually been broken. It's meant more to apply to an official who violates their oath of office and abuses their power. That means you could conceivably remove the president from office even if he didn't technically do anything illegal. To put it another way, while that purple Hawaiian shirt featuring a naked Josh Groban may not technically be against the law, it may still get you kicked out of Chuck E. Cheese's. Yet before the House actually votes on the measure to impeach, there is a period in which an impeachment inquiry takes place. This is when the House launches an investigation to determine whether to draw up the articles of impeachment or to let the whole Josh Groban thing slide, even though maybe it's a sign that there's a deeper problem. The process of the impeachment inquiry has sparked fierce debate, since the Constitution does not explicitly say how it should proceed.
I mean, the Constitution actually says nothing about the process the House is supposed to follow when it comes to impeachment inquiries, other than that it eventually has to approve articles of impeachment before sending the matter to the Senate.
What this means is that the House of Representatives does not need to hold a full vote on whether to launch an impeachment inquiry. In the past, the House has started impeachment inquiries of presidents with a full vote on whether to impeach. But it has not done so in the impeachment proceedings of many lower-level officials. It's a lot like my wardrobe. It's been done different ways in the past, and at the end of the day, there's just no clear standard. And the results end up not really pleasing anyone. This is how the current situation stands with regard to President Trump. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did not seek a full vote of the House to start the impeachment inquiry, unlike how it was done in the impeachment proceedings of President Nixon and Clinton. Instead, she delegated fact-finding responsibilities to the 6 House committees that are already investigating the president. Speaker Pelosi has instructed the committees to follow through under that umbrella of impeachment inquiry, presumably with input from one of her closest advisors, Rihanna. The findings from those committees will then be sent to the House Judiciary Committee. If it passes the committee, then it goes to the full House for a vote, where it would only need a simple majority of its members to pass it. That could happen since Democrats control the majority of seats in the House. But even if the House votes to impeach the president, the impeachment still needs to be sent to the Senate for a conviction. Only 2 other presidents in U.S. history have been through the impeachment ringer to this extent. It happened to President Andrew Johnson in 1868 and to President Bill Clinton in 1998. Both of them were impeached in the House, but survived the Senate's impeachment proceedings. President Richard Nixon could have been impeached and actually removed from office in 1974 over the Watergate scandal. But before that could happen, he resigned. And that was before impeachment even made it all the way through the House. The Senate portion of the impeachment process is like a trial. The 100 senators are the jurors, and the House appoints what are called managers to prosecute the case. And the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court serves as the presiding judge. It takes 2/3 of the Senate to convict the president, meaning that 67 senators would have to vote in favor of impeachment. There are currently 47 senators who caucus with the Democrats in the Senate. That means all of them, plus 20 Republicans, would have to turn against the president. And that looks about as likely to happen as Donald Trump running for president of the NAACP. Then again, if we've learned anything from the Trump era, it's that you should never rule out anything. There is no set amount of time that the entire process has to last, meaning that the Senate proceeding could either take only a few weeks or months, or drag past the 2020 presidential primaries and into my summer vacation. But let's say the unlikely thing happens, and the president gets impeached in the House and that enough senators vote to convict him. What then? The Constitution doesn't actually specify what has to happen. It says the Senate can go as far as removing the president from office and disqualifying him from being able to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. But that doesn't mean the Senate has to make that the punishment. And this has never been tested. So in theory, in the unlikely event that 2/3 of senators vote for impeachment, this could result in the president being A, barred from ever holding office again, B, barred from holding the office of the presidency, but still able to hold lower offices, C, removed from office, but still allowed to run again, or D, sent into the woods dressed as one of the Teletubbies, probably Tinky Winky. Regardless, there's a reason that the impeachment process is so rarely invoked. It divides the country and is a process that depends heavily on party politics. Impeachment is not a fun undertaking, and whatever political side you're on, you can probably agree that there are many things that we would rather be seeing happening right now. Like Josh Groban. No, Josh Groban in concert? Thank you. So what do you think of the impeachment process? Leave your comments below. And remember, America Uncovered is supported mainly by viewers. So visit patreon.com/AmericaUncovered. Contribute $1 or more per episode. We rely on your support to help us keep making great episodes. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.